Hello friends, welcome back. War 10, Season 11. We've moved up a few spots here in Platinum 3 because of the point reductions for the cheating alliances, so that's nice. Today we're taking on VIW, Ultron's Warriors, who has the exact same war rating as us, so that's pretty neat. Today we'll be taking in Void and Namor and Killmonger for some healing. This is going to be a Void-heavy war. And there wasn't a third attacker who I thought would make a real difference in these matchups, so I decided to bring on Killmonger for some extra regeneration. Save me some potions. First up we have a King Groot on the long-distance relationship tyranny node. Mighty Charge Link is down. Thank you to Wodeman for that. So pretty standard King Groot fight. You'll notice that I have put back on the Resonate Mastery, so I finally got around to removing Scouter Lens. And Resonate is an excellent mastery for use with Void, because it counts as another unique debuff and therefore adds a whole other level of degen to his opponents. In this matchup particularly, it helps because King Groot will eat the weakness debuffs from Resonate. That will allow you to get rid of his Fury buffs faster, thereby decreasing the chance that, when you parry him and go in, he's going to shrug off the parry and parry you back. So, the fight goes a little bit faster, I think, with Resonate. Removing Scouter Lens was long overdue. I should have done it last season. Once they took off the hidden defenders, I really didn't need it anymore. So, all right, next up we have a Magneto on long distance relationship and SP1 lock. Buffet was taken down, so this might take a little bit longer than normal. But Magneto is not really a difficult opponent. So I'm going to be trying to bait out the special one here. If you aren't familiar with how to bait out his special one, it's kind of tricky. So when you're baiting out, you have to kind of go against your need or want to dash back twice, because if you dash back too far, you can't punish the S1. You can fully dodge it, but you can't go back in. So you have to wait for him to step in close to you, and there's enough distance if you do one dash back. And so of course I miss the evade on there and get a bleed on me at the end. But so in war, I typically don't punish a Magneto, just because it's still risky if you don't get the timing perfect. But that's how you do it in normal quest content. All right, moving up to the first mini boss. This is the right side, so explosive personality, armor up, and aggression armor. So I put on just one little attack boost, because in the couple previous wars I've had Iron Men on this node. They've been not really willing to use their heavies, and I've been taking a lot of block damage, and I didn't want to run so close to timing out. So that little bit of extra 10% attack damage will help me out. Of course, you notice this guy's running suicide, so he lost the bleed debuff right away because of his armor, and the poison debuff is there too. So the poison is hampering his willpower and providing me, another layer of degen, which is just awesome. So if I had known, of course, beforehand that he was running suicides, I would not have used that boost. I could have saved it for another day. But then again, there's only a couple wars left in the season, and then I will have an off season's worth of time to work on those solo events, the combat events, to kind of build back up my boost stash and get the rest from the AQ event that runs every week. So this has been a pretty standard Iron Man fight. A lot of block damage as usual. The Killmonger synergy is helping me, but it's not doing enough to recover what I wanted. So I will have to potion up a little bit, but not as much as I otherwise would have. All right, up top we have a 565 thing on Recovery Vigor. So anytime you can fight a stunnable thing, I think it's a lot easier, obviously. So the key, of course, when you fight thing is you have to manage his rock stacks. Part of that is knowing specifically how many hits you have in your special attacks. So Void's special 1 is 2 hits. So if I am planning on throwing a special 1, I need to make sure that his rock stacks are no higher than 13. Otherwise, he's going to go unstoppable and kick the crap out of me. So I'm going to do the next 3 fights in one shot here. So I am putting on like a medium champion boost, a couple light other boosts, and then the invulnerability boost, just in case I get backed into a corner. Maybe it'll save my butt in time for some degen to kick in. So other than that, if you can parry him, it's much easier to manage the rock stacks, like I said, because you can just back off, let him dash into you, parry him again, and that he's less likely to throw his special attack when you're doing that. So he's at 17 stacks now, dropping back down to 15, trying to bait out that S1 to clear the stacks. We can safely go back in now, toss the SP1 up to 6 stacks here, and he's got 3, well, it was 3, now 2 unique debuffs on him. So here we go, he's got 12 stacks, and he's close to that SP1, so I hit him once to bring him up to 13, fire him off my SP1 to bring him to 15. He immediately throws a special to clear the stacks again, and from here it's just more or less rinse and repeat. As long as you are able to manage those stacks, you're going to have a good time. If you get into a situation where he's not at a special attack, but he's at 15 stacks, you basically just have to kind of wait it out. Wait for him to back off, hold block, and then keep hitting into his block as much as you can until you can push him over a bar of power, and then that'll help you out. His special attacks are very lengthy in distance, so that's why it's easy for you to get pushed back into the corner against things, but as long as you manage them effectively, it's not too much trouble, at least on that note anyway. Alright, moving on, we have a Ragnarok Hulk on Recovery Buffet. Nothing special about this fight, so he's got a pretty sizable health pool, so Buffet will be a problem for most champions other than Void. So you can see I've already got a Petrify up early, which is nice, so he does heal back quite a bit of health, but only at the start of the fight. As with any fight that features a significant amount of regeneration, when it comes to Void, it's really just a matter of time before that healing is stopped completely and then reversed. So one other thing I wanted to mention about the Resonate Mastery while this is playing is that not only does it contribute to Void specifically in terms of extra degen, but it also contributes as a unique debuff for the Despair Mastery. So you're actually increasing the rate at which an opponent will reverse their regeneration when you have the weakness debuff up. So it kind of serves 2 purposes specifically with Void, but with any champion really. If you're running Despair, Resonate is a really good mastery to kind of pair with it. And so Hulk goes down. Alright, next up we have a MODOK on Buffet, Best Defense. So on this node, MODOK's auto block accuracy is through the roof, so you can really only use heavy attacks, which is fine with Void, because he's going to be dropping those debuffs no matter what. Kind of have to play this just like I did on the mini boss node against Iron Man. Do only heavy attacks. And when he goes over bar power, immediately try and bait out that special 1, because it hurts pretty bad if you get hit by that. So I don't think I use any special attacks here. They're not safe to use because his auto block can activate if he gets that blue flux icon in the middle of one of your combos or one of your specials. He will auto block the special in the middle of the animation, which is no good. A lot of other champs, once you hit them with a special once, they're kind of like, special stunned or whatever you want to call it. Not the case with MODOK, so special is not safe. So he did tag me, I missed a parry there, not a big deal. My invulnerability boost had fallen off a couple minutes ago, so other than that, parry, heavy, rinse, repeat. I think at the end here, I do just call in, well, actually, Sentry doesn't show up on this one. He gets the special animation where he pulls out the wiring from the back of the chair. So I think I call in. Yep, there we go. So, you know, pretty easy fight. You know, I think with many other champs, if you don't have access to a heal block, Buffet on that node is going to be a real problem, but not with Void, so good matchup. All right, that Aegon that you saw on the map was taken out, so we've moved on to Boss Island. The Quake on Counter Taxis was taken out for me, so I moved over to the Strike Back Recovery node with a Green Goblin, whom I feel like we've seen here way too many times. Looking at my my master spreadsheet here, this is the 1, 2, 3, 4th time we saw him on this node out of, what is this, the 10th war, right? Yeah, 10th war. So 40% time we've seen a Green Goblin here. This Green Goblin in particular, I think I did this fight this morning. He did not want to throw that special one, so I think eventually I'm sitting there fighting him, and I say, well, I'm going to push him to 2 bars, but I've been burned figuratively and literally by his special 2 the last few times. So when I push him over, I'm really just going to try and block the special 2 rather than evade it. So I block the first hit, dodge the second hit, dodge the third hit. That, you know, that first hit is really weird because it at the start of his special 2, it really looks like it might be a medium attack, but the distance on it is just different enough where if you dodge too early, you're still going to get hit by the tail end of it. So there you go. Block hits again. So now we finally have a Petrify up plus Fear of the Void, so our specials will drain his power, and since this Green Goblin is stunnable, that makes our lives a little bit easier, so we can just kind of go ham on him now. And if he wants to sit there and hold a special, he can. He decides to throw the special 1. Block damage at this point is completely fine because I'm not going to use Void. Again, this is the last fight, so I didn't need to heal up, as you saw prior to the fight starting. Plus I had Killmonger kind of as a backup, so other than that, you know, pretty much standard fare as far as this fight goes. All right, next up we have a very unique fight. So this person actually has a duped 5-star Black Widow at rank 4 only. This is the debuff immune and critical resistance and energy resistance node. So Namor has class advantage, plus it's only a rank 4 Black Widow. She really doesn't have much going for her here, so I use a little champion boost, a little health boost, and then I think I use a mutant special boost, because those things come in like candy, apparently, and then an invulnerability boost. So our opponents are running dodge this war, so that's a 5% chance to evade, on top of her natural evade, which, you know, they say is 3%, but I don't think that's true. So the plan here is to... you know, as with any fight with Namor, is build up to your special 3, wait until you have an appropriate number of outrage, then launch a second SP3, and then kill her with the SP2. So on this particular node, since she has crit resistance, the SP2 probably won't kill her, and that's the case with really any champ on this node as well. The other thing you notice I'm doing is that I'm very aware of her evade, especially after that domino fight from last war. So I'm really just going in with 4 hits and backing off. And at one point here, I get greedy. I try to do a 5-hit combo, and right there. So of course, she evades the 5th hit, the one time I try it, and punishes me for it. So the invulnerability boost did help me. She wasn't hitting very hard, even on a mini boss node. So. I learned my lesson, and I will not be trying that 5th hit again. So I launched my first SP3 here, but I think the timing doesn't really work out, and I'm unable to get to my special 3 again here. Plus she evades and launches her special, so I'm really just forced to launch my SP2, and then it's bait out another heavy, go in with a medium, and launch my SP1, and then down she goes. So... not the cleanest fight, but gets the job done either way. So that's it for my contributions to this war. We did come out on top. That brings our record this season to 6-4 with 2 wars remaining. a potion light war, which was nice after the last, I think 2 out of the 3 last wars. I had 13 total potions combined, so that was pretty heavy toll on my glory stash for sure. So, but no deaths, which is always nice. I think I had 1 each the last 2 wars, so I'm gonna try and restart that no death streak. So I don't know how many spots we're gonna move up. It's tough sledding, without being in tier 2 consistently. We're not getting that extra points from the multiplier. It's hard to move up significantly in our brackets. So the good news is that I think that even if we have colossal screw ups on the last 2 wars, we'll probably stay in Platinum 3. So we're probably guaranteed a spot here. That's probably where we're going to finish. I don't see us moving up. So until next time, thank you for watching.